Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Recognize royalty. Recognize royalty. Gotta recognize it. Recognize royalty. Like they ain't got eyes to recognize royalty.
See, look, man. Right now, there's like a battleground between foundationally Black Americans, which what we are, descendants of people who've been here for generations, some beyond the slave trade. Some of us have been here for thousands of years. And then those of us who've just got here recently.
FBA that have been here for thousands of years. Is that right? So if this is a battleground of ideas, then we can see that there are some pseudos on the battlefield. Because that's a pseudo idea. There's no evidence anywhere that Black people have been in America for thousands of years. There's just no evidence of that. So in this battleground of ideas, what are you using as your evidence of this? So again, there are pseudos on this battleground fighting on behalf of FBA.
And what a lot of the FBA people are doing is they're doing a necessary task, I believe, even though I'm not engulfed into the community.
Who doing it?
Tariq is a part of it in a way, but there's a lot of people involved with it.
Yep. Tariq is definitely a pseudo. He would be the first and one of the main pseudos on the battlefield for FBA. Let's remember, Tariq is a hotep. Like Tariq has taught that Black Americans are the ancient Egyptians. And that's quite pseudo. If you look at his documentaries are filled with pseudos, spewing pseudo ideas. So if you start pseudo, you're going to end up pseudo. So the main pseudo on the battleground of ideas for FBA, Tariq Nasheed.
And it basically is a matter of identity, like meaning that all the things that we've sacrificed and fought for in this country, other people of African descent that are more recent to this country or have been able to benefit from it without the sacrifice.
Have FBA or Black Americans benefited from anything in America without the sacrifice? I'm sure they have. And we can start from the beginning. We can start from the Revolutionary War. Black Americans their participation in the Revolutionary War was minimal compared to white participation. Black American participation in the Revolutionary War was nothing, a small fraction of the white participation. So Black Americans are benefiting from the freedoms that were earned in that Revolutionary War, the freedom that were earned by white folks. Again, Black American participation in the Revolutionary War, Black American participation in the Revolutionary War was not much greater than the participation of Caribbean people in the Revolutionary War. Matter of fact, let's ask ChatGPT. How many Black Americans fought in the Revolutionary War? And it says an estimated 5,000 to 8,000 Black Americans participated in the American Revolutionary War, fighting on both sides of the conflict. So they fought on both sides. They fought for the Patriots, or the Americans, and they also fought for the British. It says fighting for the Patriots, American side. Approximately 5,000 Black men served with Patriot forces. Most served in state militias, not the Continental Army. New England had the highest Black participation. Some units were integrated, which was rare for the era. Many enslaved men were promised and sometimes granted freedom in exchange for service. Notable patriot figure Crispus Attucks, though killed before the war began, he became a symbol of black sacrifice for American liberty. Fighting for the British loyalists, 3,000 to 5,000 black Americans sided with Britain. The British offered freedom to enslaved people who escaped rebel masters and joined their cause. Example, Lord Dunmore's proclamation in 1775. Many black loyalists served as soldiers, laborers, guides, and scouts. After the war, thousands were evacuated to Nova Scotia, England, or Sierra Leone. The bottom line, between 5,000 and 8,000 black Americans fought in the Revolutionary War, making participation essential but often overlooked in America's founding. So again, the participation of black Americans on the American side and on Britain's side was about equal. So there was about 5,000 on the American side. 3 to 5,000 on the American side, approximately 5,000 on the American side, and anywhere from 3 to 5,000 on the British side. So their loyalty was split. So they did not make this grand sacrifice in the Revolutionary War and in the building of America, if you will. Let's see how many whites participated. I asked how many white Americans fought in that war. It says about 200 to 250,000 white Americans served in some military capacity during the Revolutionary War. So that's 250,000 compared to at most 8,000. Again, that's an inconsequential amount. Compared to white participation, the black participation in the Revolutionary War, in the war that established this country, was minute. The black participation was minute, and their participation in fighting with the enemy was equal to the amount that sided with America. So for you to hear talk about your sacrifices to create this country, like what sacrifice are you talking about? What sacrifice did you make that anyone else did not make? Okay, I'll ask one last question of ChatGPT. How many Caribbean immigrants or Caribbean people in general fought in the Revolutionary War? And it says short answer, several thousand Caribbean people were directly involved in the American Revolutionary War, but they were spread across multiple roles and allegiances, and many are hidden in the records. Historians estimate 6,000 to 10,000 Caribbean-born or Caribbean-connected people participated in or directly supported Revolutionary War military operations. This includes enslaved and free black people from the Caribbean, free people of color, white West Indian colonists, sailors, mariners, and laborers. That's even more than the black Americans that fought in the Revolutionary War. There were more Caribbean people in the Revolutionary War fighting on the American side than there were black Americans, than there were FBA. So Caribbean immigrants and Caribbean people made more of a sacrifice in that war fighting for America than you did. Did Caribbeans fight on for Britain as well? Yes. It says 4,000 to 7,000. The British heavily recruited from the British West Indies. Caribbean colonies were a major manpower and logistics. Many soldiers served in West India regiments, loyalist militias, naval and marine units. Key Caribbean sources were Jamaica, Barbados, and Antigua. Britain promised freedom to enslaved people, paid food and evacuation. These offered these offers made British service far more attractive than Patriot service for many Caribbean descended people. So Caribbeans and Black Americans in the Revolutionary War, their role was pretty much the same. They were fighting on both sides. But the numbers look like there were more Caribbeans fighting or participating in that war. So what sacrifice did you make that Caribbean people did not make? Exactly what sacrifice are you talking about?
You know what I mean? And right now, people are drawing a line in the sand and saying, hey, man, you can't motherfucking come here claiming to be black.
Claiming to be black. As if they're not black. As if Caribbeans and Africans that come here are not black. This is another pseudo idea being pushed by FBA. This is another pseudo battleground idea of theirs. Just stupidity. They're the only black people. This is full of ignorance. They're just full of ignorance.
But not have any of the blood, sweat, and tears.
Not having any of the blood, sweat, and tears. Caribbean immigrants have been involved in every black struggle in America. Even the non-black struggles. Again, we were involved in the Revolutionary War as much as you were. Civil War as much as you were. The civil rights fight as much as you were. The Black Power struggle. The fight against white supremacy. Black immigrants have been as much a part of that fight, using their blood, sweat, and tears as much as you have.
And also not fall in line with what we're trying to accomplish. You can't undermine what we've built in this country, which has been a very, 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 very big problem for at least the last 100 years.
Black American participation in the Revolutionary War, as stated before, has been minimal compared to white participation. White participation in the Revolutionary War is what won the Civil War. And at every turn, Black Americans do nothing but undermine white people. Those same white people that won them their freedoms that were gained in the Revolutionary War. It was white people that earned the Black people the freedoms that they earned in the Revolutionary War. And at every turn, Black Americans undermine white people because all they do is complain about white supremacy and speak badly about how their country is an imperialist country. All of their struggles have been a fight against America. The Black Power struggle, all of it has been a fight against their own country. So nobody undermines the country more than Black Americans. Nobody undermines white folks like Black Americans undermine white folks, even though they live here and take advantage of all of the rights and benefits and privileges that were earned by white people and granted to them by white people. So all this talk about y'all coming here undermining what we did, man, please. Like, check yourself first. You gotta first check yourself before you start throwing around these silly accusations.
Us paving the way, dying, fighting, going against the system, drawing a line in the sand and really trying to do things that could progressively benefit us. And then they play with immigration and allow others to come into the country and benefit from something that they're not willing to sacrifice anything for. As a matter of fact, a lot of them have left their countries where they should be staying and fighting and have come here where it's easier because we've already paved the way. So, you know what I mean?
The way was paved for you as well, buddy. Again, it was white people that earned you all of the rights that you value here in America. Freedom of speech, freedom to own property, freedom from religion, freedom, all of the freedom to own a gun, all of the freedoms that you value here were granted to you off of the real work and sacrifice of the white man. Even the civil rights that you so value. There were likely more white people fighting for civil rights than black people in America. So all of this was they paved the way for you as well. And all of this talk about you paving the way for Caribbeans is a bunch of nonsense. Again, it's more likely that it's white people that paved the way for Caribbean folks to come here. Then the same way there were white folks fighting for your civil rights, there were also white folks fighting to get Caribbean people here as well. So stop trying to take credit for stuff you did not do. Like, y'all love to take credit for things y'all did not do. If it's not Black Egypt, it's the Black Moors. Y'all are the Indians. Y'all are the true Hebrew Israelites. Y'all love to take credit for stuff you did not do. You didn't pave the way more than anyone else. You're here living and benefiting off of other people's hard work the same way everybody else is. And all of your talk just makes you seem pathetic.
Those are the issues. These are the types of things that Tariq Nasheed speaks on. Now, I'm not educated enough on everything to speak on it completely.
Bro, neither you nor Tariq Nasheed are educated enough to speak on this. Y'all ain't educated enough to speak on much of anything, apparently.
I do see that because I have seen that division in our community. And so that's why some people may give you pushback.
The division in our community is coming from your hypocrisy and your love and want and need to try and take credit for shit you didn't do. You want people to praise you for shit you didn't do. And you want people to just accept anything you say and go along with whatever you do, whatever you want. People should just go along with it because according to you, you sacrificed more than everyone else. And again, that's an outright lie. Your whole philosophy is grounded in lies. And that's what's creating the division in our community. Nothing more, nothing less.
On the whole Somalian thing, it's not that we don't see them or they're not seen as being black, but they have to get down or lay down when it comes to what we're doing.
Black immigrants have to get down or lay down with whatever FBA is doing, regardless of what FBA is doing. Like, that's their position. Like, you have no voice. You're either going with us or shut up. Like, that's their position. And that's the position they want immigrants to take. And they don't see just how ridiculous that position is. That is an un-American position. They want us to give up all of the American rights that they value. All of the rights that, like we said, were also granted to them. They want immigrants to give up their freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and just lay down and accept whatever FBA says. Whatever FBA fight is, we got to accept it, and that's our fight. And that's nonsense. This is an un-American ideology from a non-American loving group.
They can't come here and run another agenda and another play and then act like they down with the cause to get the benefits. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing that's been going on for like the last year and a half to 2 years, because with the other forms of, of people being of African descent, they draw a line in the sand all the time. You know what I mean? Jamaicans, Belizeans, Somalians, they had their days, they parades, they do things, and we kind of don't really be invited like that. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't be invited like that. And stop lying, bro. If you gotta lie to make a point, you ain't got no point. So stop lying, bro.
And so, it's really just about us standing up. So that's what they mean about Tariq. That's what he's been on. That's the mission he's been on. It's like, hey, if you're gonna be here, you can't be not fucking with us. And then when we make some ground, now you fucking with us to get the benefits.
And when he talks about us trying to get the benefits, he's not talking about the benefits of freedom of speech, freedom of religion. He's not talking about those benefits. He's talking about his welfare benefits and his affirmative action. Those are the types of benefits that he's talking about. Those are the benefits that they're trying to secure. That is the benefit that FBA is trying to secure. And in order to secure those benefits, they want to take away other people's rights to freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of thought. They want to rob every one of those benefits in order to secure their benefits of food stamps and reparations. Like, those are the benefits these fools are trying to secure. Nothing more and nothing less. And again, they will stand on your your freedoms and your rights in order to secure those benefits. They'll do whatever they can to secure their check, their free money, because that's all they're concerned with. So in the battleground of ideas, the weapons that FBA chooses to use are primitive weapons. Their weapons are primitive, and that's why they're going to lose this battle. They don't believe in freedom of thought. They don't believe in freedom of speech. They don't believe in any of the freedoms that America stands for. They just don't believe in those freedoms. Most of the Black American struggles and fights have been run by communists. They don't believe in the freedoms that other people value. And so in the battleground of ideas, again, their weaponry is primitive. And that's why they're going to lose that battle as well. They're going to lose that battle. In the battle of ideas, they are certainly going to lose. Anyway, that's it for this one, folks. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay notified. Hit the notification bell. You done know, as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. When God spoke his words, they said he was deranged. Marley sung his song, they said the same. Malcolm X and Martin Luther fought relentlessly so we could be better. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise.